All right, let's go. 734 in Ann Arbor. We back with another episode. I'm sitting here with Kool Ade Kam.
Yeah.
And
swag, right?
Hey. So I've been sitting down with artists. This is my third episode, and I'm excited to sit down with you because you not only do hip hop, you're also a comic book artist.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. Thanks for having me, Tony, for real. I'm so glad to be doing this.
I appreciate you coming through.
And doing it in my hometown, you know.
Period. Ann Arbor.
A comic book artist. Yes, I rap and I do comic books, you know. And it's so funny, like, over the years, like, I just was like, you know, when I started, like, kind of, like, introducing both worlds, you know, I was just like, this is hip-hop. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just my form of, like, you know, graffiti in a sense, you know, where I'm making these books. And,
it definitely is like a
rhymes
crossover.
and illustrating it and stuff like that. So, comic books, man. KamComics.com. Check me out.
Go ahead, plug it. Yeah. Plug your Instagram as well. Tell them where they can find you.
Yep, you can find me on Instagram, Cam_comics, Cam with a K, comics with a K. KamComics.com is the website. I book birthday parties, visits to schools, community centers, and libraries and stuff. It's a lot of fun, man. I just I teach young people how to put their creative ideas together. Because hey, I was that kid once, was like looking like, man, how do I draw comics? You know, and I try to be that outlet for all my young homies in Michigan, all my students. What up?
Okay, so you said you do like events and seminars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite thing to do? Like, is it rapping? Is it comic books? Is it like a tie?
Both, you know, really both, you know, because I do it all, even in a workshop. You know, a typical Cam Comics workshop would be like, you know, I would get a group of kids together and stuff, and it's usually 7 years old and up. And so we would get together, and then I'd show them like some basic fundamentals of like cartooning, from like sometimes it's like drawing hands, and sometimes it's putting characters in action and stuff like that. And also what's the other thing I did? You know, sometimes we'll work on lettering or something like that too. And then like I'll even show them how to like put together a comic. Like, what are those boxes? What do you do with them? And I show them like how to do that. And then once we feel like, I was like, all right, now we good. And so like the last like half hour, 40 minutes and stuff, I give them free creation time.
Okay.
And that's when they start creating stuff. And that's when Kool Ade Kam comes out, and I'll hand them some gifts, because hey man, like it's a lot of work to take what's in your imagination and just put it on paper. And I'm thankful for every like student who likes drawing with me or coming to my workshops and stuff like that. And while I do that, then I bust into a couple of Kool Ade Kam songs and stuff like that. Maybe stuff you might have heard.
Absolutely. You are a dojo regular. We were just at the dojo last night. Shout out to Harlan, Duke Nukem. He gonna be coming to the podcast here.
That'd be a good show. Duke's got some stories.
I literally showed him last night. I was downtown Ann Arbor, just going to different places for Ann Arbor Hub and looking for businesses we could feature in the community. And I went into Encore Records.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
And I'm digging through. I see the local section. Yeah. And I'm digging through there, and I'm like, "What's this?" It's one of his CDs.
Oh snap! Ground Zero.
Oh, I can't even remember which one it was. I took a picture of it. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you after we're finished taping. So, I'm excited to have some real like Ann Arbor hip hop legends and people who've been doing it for a minute, like you. I feel like I met you maybe almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. History is like so important, no matter what kind of history you're talking about. And it's so funny, like I'm glad we're doing this and stuff too, because it's just like, hey, we gotta tell our stories. You know what I'm saying? And that's why podcasts and like videos like this has been blowing up, because like you gotta tell your stories, tell your local history, and also our local hip hop history.
I was about to say, we got some Ann Arbor hip hop stories. please.
Oh my God.
I absolutely want to have AML come on here. They are Ann Arbor legends.
Yes.
Man. I just remember
abolitionists, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you can get all them.
Yeah.
Find all those guys. Find them under some rocks.
Find them up under some kids. Everybody's
That's true too.
Nowadays.
That is true. I'm super uncles, but yeah, I know how that.
I'm auntie too. So. Yeah. Straight auntie mode.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like a little bit of back in the day when I first met you. Mm-hmm. I believe it was at one of True Classic, another Ann Arbor hip hop legend who will also be coming on the show. I just got him on the calendar.
That's my guy right there. True.
He's such a good soul.
Good dude. Man.
Like I don't think I've ran across anybody who has anything bad to say about True.
No. And we used to, he used to come over my dinky apartment in Ipsy back in the day a lot, and we used to just kick it, man, have some fun, spit, watch some movies and spit some bars and stuff that back in the day. So
kicking
fun.
it.
Yeah.
So I met you at one of his Bridging the Gaps, I think, and you were still doing the group thing.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about, you guys may not know, but he was a part of a group called Ghostbusters.
Yes, the Ghostbusters.
Tell us about that, because that was a very unique group, and then you guys did like boom bap style. Your hip hop style in general is boom bap style. What was it like having a group that did something different in this era of, more modern hip hop?
Oh man, it was great, and really it was like rap boot camp for me. The Ghostbusters had been around since I was in high school, and I joined the group in my senior year at Pioneer. I went to Ann Arbor Pioneer and stuff, and then after I got cut from basketball, I was just like, dang, well, time for life, and so then, then I got into, then I found out that like a couple of my homies was doing music, and I was just like, wait, y'all rap? I was just like, I've always wanted to do that. It was like, I'm like a little kid.
Very organic.
I was just like, I've always wanted to do that, because really growing up when I was drawing my comics, drawing my little superhero stuff and everything, guess what, man? I'm listening to Ice Cube. I'm listening to, Coolio, Wyclef. I'm listening to Tupac. I'm listening to this while I'm drawing my little comics and stuff like that. So hip hop's always just been kind of ingrained in me and stuff like that.
I think it's something we grew up with.
Yeah.
Like people our age.
Yep. And my first record, I remember me and my older brother Tim, who sometimes I get him to rap sometimes and everything. He's on like a couple Kool Ade tracks. But our first album that we bought, my mom gave us some money. He's like, y'all can get some music, buy some music. We bought DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. That was like, we spun that thing forever, man. That was like it's like, we actually have a hip hop record. Yeah, but influenced by that stuff, and I think it's just like, our generation of like how we, grew up with it, and stuff like that. And hey, man, like when I found out a couple homies was rapping, I was just like, how can I get down, And one of the homies was just like, hey, just come over on Saturday, write some stuff. I'm like, that's it. And then, I think we got together to do do a talent show and stuff like that. We made a song and everything, and then like got on stage for the first time and like forgot like all my words to my rhyme. I was like, man, I ain't never doing this again. But then I'll be true. One of my bandmates, Breadloaf, shout out to Breadloaf. Him and one of our other part of the crew, Kwame Kazman, they did a duet, like a rap duet. It was called like Disco Goblin. That was bugged out, man. We was in high school and stuff like that. But man, they killed it, man. And it was just like, I was just like watching them like move and saying their rhymes and stuff like that. I was like, dang, you know what, man? You just gotta practice at it. You just with anything, you just gotta keep at it and stuff like that. And I was just like, dang, man, I'm sticking in. I'm staying in. I ain't, embarrassment sucks, but like, man, when you just like when it's in you, you're just like, I want to do that. That's fun. That
When the
looks
bug
fun.
bites
And,
you.
yeah, I want to do it. And really, the rest was history. Next performance, I did not forget nothing. I was like, let's do this. I was ready and stuff. So
that's the thing about embarrassment. Sometimes embarrassment will discourage you, but sometimes it just makes you so like, I don't ever want to experience that again.
Yeah.
So you lock in
Yes.
and do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. Yeah, you just do what you got to do. So, but yeah, Ghostbusters, that was a good time for me, just like learning how to write, learning how to create music and stuff like that. And hey, I'll be honest, man, Kool Ade Kam is the biggest Ghostbusters fan, for real, biggest, and with all my heart and everything like that. It's unfortunate though we haven't really got back together to really put something together and stuff like that. And not to say too much and stuff like that, but hey, it's just I think sometimes there are certain people just have go one way and the other ones go another way.
You're not the only Ann Arbor group that has split off.
Yeah.
Like we said, AML, Buff One has gone around the world.
And Buff is dope, man. Buff is dope, man.
And Pinnacle ENT.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, you are
Keon is down and Houston doing his thing. Just dropped a project.
Funktel.
You got
Mayor Hawthorne was out.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Like, dang, it's just.
I remember when he was just the DJ.
When he was just the DJ.
DJ House Shoe.
Yes. Oh man. See, that's what's up, man.
With the crazy hair.
Oh man, yeah. Man,
now the girls be swooning over him.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel like you're bridging the gap between the old school style and these new school fans?
You know what? It really is just like sticking with the fundamentals of hip hop. A lot of us are students of KRS-One. I mean, hell, he came to the Deuce a few times and stuff like that. And but no, what he always talked about was like peace, love, unity, bringing people together and stuff like that. I'm thinking, hey, if that's the fundamentals of hip hop, we should be doing that. Especially if you do that, right? And honestly, I had this one. It was almost like I did have a dream once. I just like woke up I just had this idea like, oh man, like I'm rapping like almost in this one like spot of age group, I'm in my 20s, so I'm just like trying to make club bangers or stuff like that, or just stuff that's like R-rated, you know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, wait, I'm leaving out so many people, older people, and young people and stuff like that. And I was just like thinking to myself, why? I think we just get so used to that, and we're so like centralized people. Even rappers, we sometimes we're the center of attention. You know what I mean? And I think we just want to. And it's not no big fault of our own, but we're growing up as we're writing and we're rhyming and we're on stage and stuff like that.
Like you said, so many of us start this young.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so funny. Like a lot of our heroes and stuff like that. They were teenagers when they had their big hits. Like LL Cool J was still going to high school when he dropped like Radio.
Tupac was dead by 24.
Yeah.
So it's like,
right, and
we were looking up to these people thinking they was big bad grown-ups, and they were just getting into life and just figuring it out.
Yeah,
in real time, like in front of us. So you know.
And it's just like, and I think like too, while they're, going on the journeys, for those who didn't pass and stuff like that, they're still trying to figure out themselves. They're trying to figure out their music and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, don't forget about the, people outside of your age group and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to be open to having fans of any type, and just embracing everybody, like Snoop Dogg. Across seas at the Olympics.
Yeah,
like,
international.
That's big.
Yeah.
So
no, it is, and like that also tells you how far hip hop has gone and is going, what I mean?
And how we've grown up with it.
Yes.
Like the adults are introducing the children to that. Like when I was in the car when I was a kid, it wasn't no hip hop playing.
Nah,
it was like Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson,
Anita
Michael
Baker,
Jackson,
Tony Braxton,
Motown.
Luther Vandross. That's what my mama was.
It wasn't until I was like showed interest in it that my parents was like, all right, I guess I gotta listen to this, because I gotta figure out what this thing is about because my kid likes it and I don't want him to be in this stuff and they saying bad things about it on the TV, on the news.
Yep, we all go through it, man. It's just like, oh, wow, I got bars, you know? Yeah. But it's like at the same time, I was like, you know, been rapping for years. There's, again, like when I got to this like epiphany I had and everything like that, I was just like, man, I've been rapping for like, at the time, probably like 10, 15 years or something. It's like, my mama barely heard any of my music. You know, my daddy barely heard any of my music. My grandma, you know, and you know, it's just like they don't have to, but like I would like to, you know, share it sometimes with my family.
Invite
you know,
them
at least
to
a
a
couple
show.
songs, and invite them to a show, you know, and kick it with them and stuff like that, just so they can see my world and everything like that. And I think like when I was thinking of that stuff, I'm thinking about that family, but also like young people too. I'm just like, dang, you know, it's, you know, like when you say rap to like an adult who has like a young kid and stuff like that, they're just like, no, bad, because they see what's on mainstream. You know, they see the big booties on the
sexy reds.
The sexy reds. they see the overly violent stuff like in their music videos and guns and all that stuff, which is just like not what it's about. Like it is part of it. A little bit, because that's where some
people rap about their lives,
that's
and
right.
that's what
that's
people
right.
are going through. But there's a whole group of us that are going through different things. My rap may not be too PG, but you know, it's what I've been through, and my account of, you know, my life.
And that's fire, you know, and I love that stuff, all of it, you know, like, and I think me personally, I was just like, dang, you know what, I think I can, like, you know, write some dope stuff for like everybody, you know, and I might get some flag, you know, like, oh, you're doing this for you're catering to kids. I'm like, nah, you know, I'm taking myself, like, you know, I try to, like, you know, put myself in other people's shoes and stuff, and be like, man, when I was a kid, I wanted to hear like someone rapping locally live and stuff like that.
Not
but I know nobody.
Sneak in your closet and listen to the record.
Right. With the bad words. Like, mama ain't see this Wu-Tang this Wu-Tang Clan album I bought. Yeah. Oh, Too Short.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Too Short.
Yeah, which is my guy. I love Too Short.
I love me some Too Short. UGK.
Oh, Tone. Yeah, UGK. Shoot, of course, Outkast. Oh,
They just got nominated. I just heard the announcement. They got nominated, or they're a nominee for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. So they might be inducted. I am very excited for them. They deserve all those flowers.
Yes, they do deserve all the flowers. You know, I've always hoped they got back together. I ain't holding my breath. If it happens, I'll be there. But I ain't.
However, Andre 3000 feels at the moment. The Flute album was amazing to me. I loved it. I can't lie.
It was pretty good.
And I'm a super Outkast fan. A good Ann Arbor MC 734 story. So I went to community high school, right?
Oh, okay.
And they had came here to Puffer Reds doing a signing.
Yeah.
So like my friends, like, yeah, we all going. I'm like, oh, I want to go. But if I do not go home first, this is like pre-cell phones.
Yes.
If I do not go home first and ask my daddy if I could go, and I just don't come home from school until hours late, I'm gonna get messed up. So I was responsible. I went home, asked Pops. He like, yep.
Heck
so
yeah, Pops.
Got myself on the bus and got down there, but by the time I got down there, the line was so long.
Dang.
I waited in that line for maybe 2 hours. I got right to the front door of Puffer Reds, because you know they had the line wrapped around the block to the parking lot in the back, and they had people going in the front door, and they had them in the back in the like cash register area there signing, and people were going out the back door.
Yes.
By the time I got to the front door, they're like, yep, Outkast is leaving. I'd have been better being at the end of the line. I'd at least seen him.
Oh, dang. That's what's up, man.
So that's my Outkast story. I'm very sad. But I did get to see Big Boy when he went on tour, his first solo album at Motor City Casino at Soundboard. That was dope. Because it was like we had the pit, you know, that open pit they got. Yeah. So it was like, I'm 6 feet away from Big Boy on the stage here.
Hey, and can I say, shout out to Big Boy. Andre gets all the credit, and he's amazing. He's great. He's great. But Big Boy is dope, man. Dope.
Keeps it P.
Keeps it. You know, keeps. Oh man. And Outcast story for you, short story. I saw him at Pine Knob.
Okay.
When the double album came out, and like that was like they did like the catalog, man. Up until that point,
was probably an epic
it
show.
was like the hypest, like one of the hypest rap.
Because there really wasn't nothing after that.
Right? No, it wasn't. That was like
that was
like,
all
I
their
was like,
music.
if I didn't see them then, I would never have saw them together and stuff. And man, they did like everything you wanted them to do and stuff like that. And the crowd was so good. It was outside, and it was just like, oh yeah, it rained for us. It rained right before their set, and some people left, but like I had lawn seats, and me and the homies was like, hey, people scared. Went upstairs and found some like seats. Some
thing about that
seats.
venue, man. You can get down.
Yeah, and then sure enough, nobody told us to leave or nothing. We had great seats.
The thing is, walk up with confidence.
Yes, walk with confidence. I was like, hey, we just gonna walk.
We are supposed to be
here. If
here.
they tell us to go, then we will just go back to that lawn.
Walking with privilege.
Yes, that's right. That's so true.
So, who are some of your other inspirations? You talked about Outkast.
Oh man, gosh, I can keep you here for hours, Tony. But no, like Too Short, Outkast was really big in my life too. Also, Kool Keith. I love Kool Keith. Dang, I can just like Tribe, Far Side. I can just keep Queen Latifah. She's amazing. And first rap group I ever saw, Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
They killed it. I love Salt and Pepper to this day. I still don't think they get enough recognition of what they've done in hip hop.
I don't think any of the women do.
No women, yeah, right? And it's really it's really effed up, and it's just like, dang, like we got. I just see so many. There has been so many like great female MCs in history, and just like we'll pay homage like once a year, and it's just like, dang. But y'all gonna be talking about Biggie and Tupac, and I know they passed away and everything. That elevates them a little, but it's like, man, y'all don't want to talk about Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, Lil Kim. Shoot, I was just bumping some old school Lil Kim the other day, and I'm just like, dang, she's still got bars, man. Like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing here? And
a lot of times when they do, give them a shout out or whatever, it's for clout, or they trying to get a collaboration, and it's like,
I mean, hell, Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? One album, and it's still like one of the greatest albums that's ever been created.
I so much want Foxy Brown to come out and drop an album. That's like my hip hop one wish right now.
Yeah, hey man, Il Na Na, that was my
man. The Caribbean little vibe she had before everybody else was doing it.
Yes, like hey Rihanna. Foxy Brown.
So, you named your influence. Who's your number one favorite rapper? I know it's hard.
Number one favorite rapper? Myself. No.
Dylan.
No, and dang, it's dang. Number one, probably. Well, today. I would say my number one favorite rapper would probably be Too Short.
Okay.
And it's so funny. Like somebody's like, Kool Ade Kam, you're like Too Short. I'm like, yeah, man. Like
I mean, when you listen to your style, I could see that.
Yeah, and really, he I had this one summer. I was living by myself in Ipsy. And this is like right before I started, making my albums and stuff like that, like by myself and everything. And I'm self-taught. I learned how make my beat. I mean, I learned some stuff from, from the Ghostbusters and stuff like that, like how to, work a board a little bit and stuff like that. But I had a laptop, laptop, single, living at home, living in a little apartment in Ipsy and stuff. And I was just like, it was a whole summer. I was just like, just working, and I was like, man, I want to make some. I just want to make some projects. And so I was just like, went back to basics. I think I wanted to just like go back to basics. And I was just like, man, let me listen. And I just saw my Too Short album on there. It was like Born to Mac or no, it was Life Is Too Short. And then I just threw that. It was the first song I started listening to that summer, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like people knocked Too Short sometimes for his like dirty stuff. You know, of course, he talks about sex a lot and everything like that. But people don't talk about his like conscious stuff. You know, Life is like a great song. You know, Life is Too Short. You know, The Ghetto. You know, and he's got so many other coke dealers and stuff. He's talking about things that are happening in his community. And
Too Short is an amazing storyteller, and the storytellers in hip hop are like fading away. There's not many storytellers anymore.
Yeah, it's too bad, and you know, because there are so many good stories, you know, and I think we need that. You know, what if NWA didn't put out, you know, F the Police? You know what I'm saying? Like that brought light to a lot of just like, you know, police brutality towards, you know, specifically black people. You know, and it's just like, you know, they were, you know, labeled the most dangerous, but it's just like, how are we dangerous when we just telling stories?
We're dangerous because we're telling you who's dangerous?
Yes, and we're telling you who's dangerous, and we all have licenses for our guns anyway. So I'm just saying. So, but no, you know, and I think you know, storytelling is a lost art, and it's just like, it's funny how Too Short's been, you know, I think I got my my business plan through him too, because what's he always talking about? Selling his tapes out the trunk, you know, and right now, I got CDs and comics in my trunk right now. You know?
And we going back to physical copies. Yep. People want those physical copies.
Yeah, and I just stuck with it because I'm almost like, yeah, you know, people are gonna want the physical if the industry keeps doing what it's doing and stuff like that. Just keep squeezing artists. They keep squeezing artists, abusing artists and stuff like that. Not like really appreciating the art form and stuff. And so I thought to myself like years ago, I was like, man, I feel like indie's gonna have another boom again, you know, or the underground is gonna have like more of a boom again. And sure enough, you know, like there's been a lot of like you know, underground rappers who have like, you know, kind of like, you know, risen a little bit and stuff like that too. But you know, it's just like you gotta you know, you just gotta hustle, man. You gotta hustle. You gotta grind it out. You know, I feel like you know, music is a marathon, and so many people treat it like a race.
Yeah, because I mean, they try to publicize the instant fame so much, and even like it's getting less and less common nowadays for that to even be, you know, pushed as special. Because the people who are getting the instant fame, they crash out in a couple years and gone.
Yeah, I mean,
but then we got artists like Doechii, who been in the game, been doing it. We done watched her from YouTube come all the way up.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah, right.
Be consistent, be motivated, and, you know, learn the business.
Yeah, and really those like originators too of like hip hop and stuff, and I'll throw KRS-One in there and stuff like that. They talked about that stuff. I mean, what was it on Return of the Boom Bap? KRS had that song "Out of Here." You know. When you're out of here, you know what happens when you're out of here. You know, you have your short stint of fame, and then you're out of here just like that. Because guess what? They done with you. You know, they toss you to the side and stuff. And you got to just realize that, you know, if you build community, you know, build up, you know, build with people around you and stuff like that.
Save your money.
Yeah, save your money. Oh my gosh, thank you. Like,
come here to Modern Living Collective and get into real estate investing.
Hey. Yes, no, and saving your money because hey, like it's so funny. I saw this video of 50 Cent not too long ago, and he's the funniest troll online. But like
him and Big Meech going back and forth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
comedy this week.
But I remember he was saying like, you know, when G-Unit and stuff, they was buying chains and all this stuff. There was like thousands and thousands and 50. Like, hey, I'm still rocking this one from like before.
Why do I need a new chain? I can take it and get it clean for less than $100.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like I'm gonna save my money, and we're gonna go and get this Taco Bell, and then we're gonna go to this next show until we gotta do what we gotta do. You know,
I don't care if I gotta rent a U-Haul van and get a group of artists together to go on tour. We gonna get there.
Yes.
If you paying, we gonna come. And I'm telling y'all that right now.
That's right.
I got Swag Right and friends.
Yes.
You see all these artists doing these interviews. All of them are bookable.
Yeah.
Just call me.
That's right.
We'll come out. So I got your favorite artist. I'm gonna ask the next hard question. Mm-hmm. Favorite album.
Oh, favorite album. Oh my gosh. It might not. Could be a Too Short album.
I wouldn't blame you.
Right. I'll give you. Let's see. Dang. All right. There's Can I give you 5?
You can give me
one. Just one. If you want just one, I can.
If you give me 5, you gotta give me your top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, like in order.
Oh, in order? Dang, Tony. Dang, in order? Oh, man.
I gotta make it a little difficult.
Yes,
it's an interview.
You do. All right. So, dang. All right, cool. So, all right, I'll do top 5 MCs of all time, and then albums or
top. Yeah, give me your top 5 albums.
Top 5
and
albums.
then after that, I was gonna ask you who's your I asked you who your favorite artist was. After that, I was gonna ask you favorite song.
Favorite song. Ooh, okay. All right, cool. I would say top 5 albums. One, I say Most Def, Black on Both Sides. I can listen to that any day, and I always get inspired every time I hear that one. Kool Keith, Black Elvis album. This is a dope album, and that was like the kind of like the real like jumpstart to his like solo career, after leaving Ultramagnetic and stuff like that. Even though he didn't really leave it, they did an album later, but it was alright. It was good. But I would say Kool Keith, the Black Elvis album. I would say Wyclef, The Carnival.
Okay.
The flow. Wyclef's flow on that entire album is just so dope to me, and I was bumping that in high school a lot. I love that album really, and then let's see, and then Salt and Pepper, Black's Magic, and then dang, so many good ones, but it's okay. I can listen to the Black's Magic any day, and then Too Short, and E40, Mob Music.
Okay. E40.
Yeah, that's part of their double album. It's Mob Music, and then it was Function Music was on the Mob Music disc is fire.
I love me some E40.
Oh, E40 is.
I went to his bottle signing was it last year? Year before last? I think it was the year before last. He came to Detroit for the bottle signing. His little cognac.
Oh yeah. He's got liquor and stuff. And years ago, my boy, he went and saw. He was E40 was at a Kroger, promoting his wine.
Okay.
And my best friend, one of my best friends, one of my best friends, he was just like, hey man, he called me. I was like, yo, I'm about to be at E40. I'm like, where you at? Where are you? I thought he was in Cali or something. He was like, no, I'm at the Kroger on Michigan Ave. I was like, wait, straight up. I was like, what? Oh man, but I was at work and I was like, oh man,
E40 be out here pushing that liquor, boy.
Yeah, man, he on that hustle and grind, man. And hey, man, it's dope to see also our heroes get older because E40, he got a son, Droopy, who like produced a lot of his tracks, at least in the modern E40 days and stuff like that. So that's he
keep families close.
That's right.
Always has.
That's right.
Sugar, that's my sister.
Oh man, but yeah, those are my 5 today.
Okay,
could change tomorrow.
So
and you said my favorite song.
Yep.
Favorite rap song. You know what? It would probably be, you know what? I was just talking to my brother about this Wu-Tang Clan Triumph. Okay. That's the one that just popped in my head right now. But
you are a true hip-hop connoisseur. You have said a little bit of everybody from everywhere, all the regions. Yep. Like, I dig that. I love that. So what's your hip-hop dream? Like, if you could see yourself doing anything in hip-hop and taking the hip-hop and comics to the next level,
oh man,
what would you see yourself doing?
You know what? I'll be honest, Tony. I've been living my dream.
Okay.
You know, I really have been living my dream. And I know it sounds cliche. I mean, I don't have millions and millions of dollars or nothing like that. But I get to rap in front of people, and I get to make make comic books and sell them to people and stuff like that. That's all Cam wanted when I was a little kid.
I feel that. I be looking at your page sometimes like, damn, I envy you.
Yeah.
you got all the community bookings.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's a blessing, man. And like I think I'm also just a humble person. You know what I mean? It's just like we got so much like narcissism in not only hip hop but music generally and stuff like that. And it's just like, hey, some of us are just like I won't say regular people, because I don't think regular people are regular. I think everybody is unique and special and stuff like that. But I just like feel like there's a lot of more good guys than I think there are like bad guys or anti-heroes out there.
I feel like I used the wrong word when I said I envy you. I don't envy you. I'm like rooting you on when I see that stuff.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not in a space where like, wish that was me.
Yeah.
Even though I would love to do the community, because I got nieces. I love the kids. I love doing kids stuff.
No,
but
and really like the people I see, like I see you, I see True, I see Nikki, I see whoever, we see each other, we see each other in the community, pumping this hip hop stuff out, and it's just like, it's cool, it's very cool. It's like, it's the stuff we talk about at the lunch tables if we were doing it in high school and stuff, like, oh man, wouldn't it be sweet if we did a show and that guy was doing it. And guess what, man, we've been sticking around. I mean, there was a time like in the, I want to say late 90s going into the 2000s where there were a lot of like hip hop acts around here, but then it was just like, they stopped or
it was a dry spell of live shows in here because they weren't supporting us.
Yeah, that's it too.
Not only that, like a lot of the Ann Arbor venues started to shut down just because they were having issues. It was a recession around 2008 and stuff.
Yes.
So but now Ann Arbor's getting back popping. There's stuff going on almost every day in the week. You can go on to AnnArborHub.com and figure everything out, where you want to go, what you want to do, and
that's right.
Hip hop is growing. We're all older and have connections with these venue owners, and
and it's wild because like we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop, and I'm like, damn, I'm 42.
Yeah, I'll be 40 this year.
Right,
so.
and I'm just like, that's a big chunk of our lives that we've been into hip hop and stuff like that.
It's been around our whole life. So like when we got into music, it was getting into like its mainstream popularity.
Yeah, I remember my stepdaddy before he passed away. He told me he knew hip hop was gonna be big when he saw Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble rapping on the Fruity Pebbles as a rap. And that sounds corny, but he was just like, I knew then, like it's a rap. And hey, he's true. It's true. It's just like so much crossover. But I think we're now at a time though we're starting to see like the how money has like really has like kind of like diminished a little bit of what the meaning of hip hop and like true. And I think we're gonna start seeing like people who are more lyrical or people who are who really know how to make beats. I think we're gonna see those true artists really reemerge again. And stuff
well,
like
without
that.
the gatekeepers, it's not so many people catering to what they have to do to get signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are making more organic music. People are freer to collaborate. I'm free, like me doing a podcast. I'm free to have artists on here and play your music because I don't have to worry about the record label sending me a cease and desist and making me take my YouTube video down.
Right.
So it's just, we have so much freedom and we're using it wisely as independent artists.
I agree.
I
agree. I love being independent. It's just like, I think, it's like you can do whatever you want. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And I treat it almost the same as with my comics. I can do whatever I want. It's mine. I drew this. Here it is. I'll sell it to you, whatever, if you want it. But being independent gives you so much freedom, and and especially us being black people, we have to own. We should own things. We do own things. And I think
the creators of this hip hop culture, we deserve ownership.
Yes, and and we're on this marathon. And it's just like, hey, that instant gratification is fun for a little bit, but hey, why go through all the stress? Why go through all the hassle, the underappreciation and stuff like that? So I'm curious to see the next 50.
I cannot wait to see the evolution.
Yeah.
So, what do you have coming up? You got some more classes coming up that the kids can come out and draw with you?
Yes. So, I just so I'm kind of in this like creation stage right now of just like making comics and music almost at the same time. That's how I work sometimes, and usually in the winter time I'm like kind of like building my harvest. You know what I'm saying?
That's we all lock in and hibernate.
Yeah. So let's start with the music. So I'm actually collaborating with one of my old rap bandmates, Ann Champ. He was a part of Ghostbusters, and he's had a solo just like rap battling career over the years and stuff like that. And we used to work together and stuff like that. We're working on a project together. And I'm really excited about it. We got to meet up and get back in the studio and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really exciting to just like work with a homie and stuff like that. And so working on a project with him and stuff. And then let's see. And then I'm also working on I want to work on this holiday album with my boy Beatbox Jake.
Okay.
We're gonna work on a holiday album.
Also booked to be on the podcast.
Oh, good. He has not told me yet. That's my best friend. I talk to him like every week. So.
Well, we just did it like a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
We just locked in a few days ago.
And he's got a show
coming. He sent me the flyer, for the show. And I'm like, oh, well, you're having a show. We need to have you on a couple weeks before so you can promote the show on the podcast.
Yes.
That's what we do.
And that's how Tony works. That's right.
Exactly.
We
were just here on the podcast last week pushing Josie G. She got her album coming out next Saturday. Nice. And I'm performing at her album release on Sunday. So we're looking forward to that.
And I'm gonna work on a holiday album with him, and then also, man, it's so funny. I got all these like things lined up to just like work with other people. It's almost like my collaboration year era right now. So
that's my goal for 2025. I wanted everybody. If you listen to Ann Arbor music, I want you to either hear me rapping or an Ann Arbor beat, like I'm T-Pain in the early 2010s.
Yes. Oh, that is perfect to describe Tony for sure. Swag, right? And then let's see. And I'm also working on the next Kool Ade Kam album. Currently out right now is the $6 Million Cam. That one I've been, just like, rapping the last year or so of just like, tunes and stuff like you might hear and everything.
And that's on all streaming platforms.
Yep, that's on all streaming platforms from Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff and everything. And then, the next Kool Ade Kam solo project is going to be Friday night at the movies with Kool Ade Kam. Okay. It's kind of like an old idea that I'm like resurrecting a little bit, and it's actually going to have like songs that kind of like match with my comics a little bit. Okay. And it might be a double album. So we'll see. And again, my double albums, like my regular albums, are only like 5 or 6 tracks. So double albums is just gonna be like a 12-track project and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So, but yeah, like I have a comic book called Captive, and I'm gonna have a song about that, and I have a graphic novel that people have been purchasing over the years called I Hate You, and I'm gonna have a song for that, and then also one of Unicorn. I might have a theme song for him and stuff, but also just keeping it like, and also just kind of keeping it like, keeping it Kool-Aid too. I always like have fun, but like real talk, sometimes people, I throw like little nuggets of knowledge and stuff like that in my music and stuff, because hey, we're at this era of just like technology and overloading each other on screens and stuff like that. I just like, just like you gotta throw some knowledge in there, man. It's just like you can't just like be mumbling through music all the time and everything like that. So I try to have like some of those songs are gonna have like a kind of like meaningful impact, especially this year, man. Crazy, it's with the new old prez, but it's just like
I'm just trying to survive.
We're just trying to survive, Tom. We're just trying to survive.
We black people, we did our jobs.
We did our jobs.
We did what we were supposed to do.
We showed up.
There's nothing else we can do but focus on.
Yeah, we blame all those people on the couch. All those people on the couch who didn't just go out and vote, man. It's on y'all, man. This is what y'all wanted. You're going to see it. But because hey, we survived that first administration,
right? I feel like we lock in and stick together. We can't be defeated. I love that I'm going on TikTok and they got the helmet tie.
Yes,
and like we lifting each other up and doing what we got to do to make sure we good throughout this.
And hey, I'm ready for this fight. I took my little vacation from this, like my homegirl Kamala didn't make it to the finish line, but hey, just took my little vacation. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna unplug for a second. But now it's time to plug in. This is the time. This is the time that we, create our music, create our art, to just really like reflect what's going on and stuff like that. And with that said, I have a series called Escape. I got Escape from Ann Arbor, Escape from Ipsy, Escape from Detroit, and I'm currently working on Escape from Florida right now. Okay. And that one, and people who know me, that's like kind of like my political cartoon or comic that I do and stuff. It's like me in an alternate universe, and like I'm like the action hero along with my wife Rachel and our dog Stevie and our dog who passed away, Morty. He's in the comic too.
Yeah, all the fur babies.
Yes, all of our babies. Yeah, and so like I kind of just like have just I poke fun at a lot of the stuff that these politicians are doing to us and our people and everything like that, and it's fun. It's funny.
I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, I wanted to be stressed out about this whole new Trump 4 years, but the last 4 years he gave us comedy on the news break after work every day. He did or said something that was just either totally ridiculous, idiotic, or hilarious in general, that he thinks that's how the world works. That besides the bad policy, it wasn't that bad.
But I'll say this though, Tony. It did affect me the last administration. Like I was working jobs I probably shouldn't have been working. Or, I could have been working on something a little bit better, and hours were hard then and stuff like that too, and sticking with one place and everything.
If you would have told me in the year 2003 when I graduated that we would have a president that would make me say, you know what? Bush wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of miss Bush.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you're doing drugs.
Right.
It can't get worse than this.
Same.
This man is an idiot.
I was like, wow, he is just straight up dumb. But hey, it is what it is, man. But you know what? I think this is the time though. We gotta vote these people out. You gotta put the good politicians in. Don't fall for the trap when they tell you like, hey, no, voting doesn't matter. No, it does. That's all it is. That's what it is. I mean, you just gotta really like, you gotta pay attention. I mean, you ain't gotta see the stuff every single day. Sorry, I'm a political nerd and stuff like that. I watch all that stuff, man.
I'll be on there watching Jasmine Crockett.
Yes,
yo, girl.
Yes, Jasmine Crockett. Oh man, I hope she run one day.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think as adults, we have to teach even the young adults too. Like, hey, this stuff is important. I mean, this is what we talk about. Hey, I don't like that. I gotta vote for these crummy, vote for vote for people and stuff. But you know what? I do. Because I want to see things get better.
It's our responsibility.
That's right.
You might not have seen change on a national level, but especially here in Ann Arbor, we've seen change.
Yeah.
We voted Eli Savage in as our prosecutor. We've seen change.
Yep.
We have a female sheriff that we just got in the office.
Yes. Yep.
So things are changing. We have a black police chief in Ann Arbor.
Right. That's right.
I really like the change that we have built in this area. Even with this being a very liberal area, there were problems for black people in this area.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of it stemmed from, those three offices.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when I was, I think when I was in middle school, there was a Klan rally downtown Ann Arbor and stuff. And so,
I was in 7th grade when that happened.
And I was like, I don't like that. Yeah. We don't like that.
It was very confusing as a child in Ann Arbor because DEI was like a part of our lives, like growing up, like it was taught, and this is a thing, and this is how they were literally told us this is how the world is going to be when you grow up. Like it's going to be more fair than right now.
Yeah.
And with them saying that, DEI in Ann Arbor at that time included the Klan. They wanted to be inclusive to everybody having rallies here in Ann Arbor, and they didn't want to shut them down. But at the same time, it sent a message to us young black children in Ann Arbor that this isn't the safe space that y'all said it was going to be, and that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But it takes people like, those kids, us, to grow up to understand and to realize like, hey, we can have change. We have to just encourage each other. It's like, take that hour out of your day, and remember, it's every 2 years, not every 4 years. Every 2 years, you gotta, just go to where your polling place is and just cast your vote, man. You have as much power in that ballot as the richest person or the poorest person. Okay, and use that power, man. Use that power. And don't give me this like, voting doesn't do anything, or both sides are the same. No, both sides are not the same at this point.
I mean, it's just, once again, locally is going to help you so much more than nationally. Like we in Ann Arbor, we trying to vote to have our whole city taken off the grid, so we're not getting hit with rates increases from DTE. Like we just got another rate increase this month.
That's true.
And they're a whole monopoly.
But I got The Escape from Florida. That's coming out. I'm working on Terry 2. People love. Oh my gosh, Terry was not supposed to happen, but he did, and I'm kind of happy about it too.
We love happy. Love happy accidents in art.
Yeah, Terry is a skateboarding monster from another planet, and so he like talks like this dude, and he's just trying to do good, and apparently he's also part of the whole thing that is the Cam Comics universe and stuff like that. So number 2 is gonna be. I'm really excited about that one. So those are the 2 books that I'm working on. I hope after those 2 I can work on Samurai Granny, the next installment of that one, because it's been a long time since I did that one, and I would love to get back into that one too. So working on that, and as far as programs, y'all, camcomics.com. Yes. I'm getting booked. I'm almost at a point where I might have to turn some people down and everything like that. But like, no, I'm pretty booked for like the summertime and a little bit most of spring and stuff like that too. I'm currently doing an after school program at Hamilton Elementary School in Wayne. Every Monday, just kicking it with some young homies who like to draw comics and stuff like that.
That's
so I'm doing that, and I just recently was at the Ann Arbor library. They loved it, and then they asked me actually if I can come back in the springtime down to the downtown library and stuff like that too. So
you might see me and my niece. We go down there a lot for the program.
Yes, do it. Yes, hey, protect our libraries too, y'all. Don't let any crazy people try to pull books in, because hey, I work in the library. It can happen. It really can happen. You just gotta make sure you're paying attention and stuff like that too. So, but luckily, we live in a good. Our state is actually pretty good, and is trying to be on top of all that stuff.
Especially the Ann Arbor area, they have 5 branches on every side of town, so it's not a library far from you in Ann Arbor.
So true. So, but yeah, that's what I got coming up. That's what's coming up for. Oh, and I'm still working on the Cam Comics show. I've actually recorded like 3 episodes. I'm probably gonna do one more before I start telling people about it, because I got to get ahead of myself sometimes and stuff. And hey, you do the show and stuff, so you know how that is. Yeah. And really, the Cam Comics show is just me at my desk, and I'm just like talking about like comics, myself, of course, because it's my show and everything. But I'm also gonna I also talk about like just comic book history a little bit too, and music. I'll talk about like music and stuff. Kind of just all things Cam. All things Cam. If you want to get to know me a little bit more, or just get to know stuff that I like to talk about or my interests and stuff like that. Hey, tune in. It's on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube.
Can I give you an episode suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
MF Doom.
Oh, Tony. I messed up my top 5.
Oh, you got to throw him in there now? You talk about comic books and hip-hop, that's the first thing I think of.
Operation Doomsday, y'all, is like one of the best albums that's ever been created. I got it on vinyl. I got R.I.P. Doom. Oh, my gosh. You can, like, I can't even... You just touched my heart right there, Tony, with that. You said MF Doom, and I'm like, yes, that guy was just like really was truly one of my faves and stuff like that. I still, I listen to his albums like I'm studying for a college test or something like that. It's just like he just like was the epitome of just like, hey, of hip hop. It was just like, you know what? I'm gonna break all the rules of how you're supposed to make a hip hop album. You like no choruses really.
Break
just
all
like
the rules
just
of performing.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wear a mask, and then sometimes I don't feel like going. I have somebody else do it.
I'll have somebody else do it. I'm the super villain. I'm the villain, y'all. I'm the villain of the industry, and so. Hey, there will not be a cipher anywhere in America where nobody brings up MF Doom. That guy was amazing. So I'm so glad you said that. I said that before that.
So remember, they can still book you for a one-on-one session to do the comments on your website as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You can always book me. Yeah, I do one-on-one sessions at local libraries or something like that. You just pick one. It's kind of just like finding. We'll just find the time. That's what the one-on-ones are like. I do birthday parties. I've rocked like a few birthday parties for some kids, and they have loved it, man. I did a pool party. I did in the summertime. I did like a backyard cookout party and stuff like that for a couple of my students and stuff like that. So yeah, book me for some kids' birthday parties, y'all. Yeah, you can do that.
Hip hop birthdays, I love that.
Yes, I love it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna keep you here for hours and hours and hours. Shout out Money Long.
No worries, Tony. I can hang with you.
We'll talk hip hop all night long.
All night, dog. Yeah.
But we're gonna get out of here. It was very nice having you, Cam. I appreciate you coming through, talking hip hop with me, answering a couple questions, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors and your hip hop and out here influencing the kids. We need more rappers influencing the kids. That's why I wanted to have you on.
Good, because I do want to influence the young generation.
Because Swag Right love the kids.
That's right, Swag Right love the kids.
All right, y'all, we out.
Yes, we out.
That was a good episode.
Heck yeah, it was.